Alright. We're ready. I don't know what the sponsor is. Caroline says the sponsor's Viagra. So this will be the Viagra 500, or whatever the distance is. Lux gives me the push. The preferred line into the corner. Burnout went really deep. Hey. Assuming Burnout got hit from behind. Didn't willingly go deep. One of these days I'm going to not do that. And it's going to be a miracle. Oops. Oh, Burnout's giving it to me. That was fair enough. The move. I kind of went down into him. Right. That's what I get for racing. I'm not very consistent at this track, I think is the moral of the story. That's a good one. See if he can get a run on me there. A bit of the defensive line, which will leave me a bit vulnerable here. Seems like I'm better in the keyhole. He's better everywhere else. I don't have to take a defensive line. I'm a little bit better there. That was faster than qualifying or practice. At least I'm improving. I'll say it's like screw up, and Burnout screwed up too. Hey! One of these days I should probably figure out gas mileage. I'm very prepared for this event. We'll call it 35-second laps. That's probably, say 17 maybe. Almost there. Hey, there's Sims. Yeah, pit road's a little tight. See, I'm pit stall too. We'll call it 17 laps, so you could basically run the race in quarters. Obviously we won't be doing that since we have a caution on lap 7, but still good to know. Oh, it is 69 laps. It's definitely the Viagra 500 then. Although I guess an erection is not a required element of 69. We don't have to get too technical about it with fake race sponsors for fake racing. Alright. Burnout and Deluxe messed up the pit entry there. So they're in the back. Burnout, I guess, pushed Deluxe into the pit entry wall. So he gave himself a penalty to fair play it. It's me, Laugh, Sims, and Jaws up in front of Burnout and Deluxe. I did the old trick where you accelerate at the apex of the corner so that they have to slow down behind you. You can't keep up on the restart. That got me away nice and clear. Sims with his best lap. Deluxe and Burnout are still fighting for last. Can be pretty tough to pass here, especially without moving somebody. It's pretty easy to move somebody out of the way, but it's a little bit less than sportsmanlike. Also sets his personal best at 37.9, it's not bad for race pace. Took the little excursion through the grass there. Taking the shortcut is not the fastest way to go with this track because for that section you're just going back and forth, and so every time you go a little bit wide you're ruining your entry for the next turn, which ruins the entry for the next turn. So going through the grass is not the optimal racing line. Some tracks it is, this is not one of them. But at the same time it's better to aim on this, err on the side of hitting the grass versus erring on the side of going too wide on the asphalt. So probably see me in the grass a decent amount during this race, just because it's less risky to do that than to try to correct in the other direction. I'm a bit too deep into the keyhole there. been putting down some at least consistent lap times. All of them have had mistakes though, so consistently inconsistent. And we get another caution. Competition caution for, I guess, a burnout phone call or something. Let's see. We're gonna have kind of an awkward. Oh, his whole desktop refreshed on him. That's not good. There's burnout. Theoretically, could do fuel only and it wouldn't be too big of a deal, but I'm worried about the potential for this going green for a long time, so I don't want to put myself in a bad position. Rip Jurgen. Unfortunately, since I don't want to get sued by Pfizer, I probably won't make this the Viagra 500. Pfizer seems like the sort of company that would sue you for that sort of thing. I'll just call it the Banana 500, some other phallic object. I wonder if there are any phallic objects that are produced in or around the greater Columbus metro area. Sims do. Okay. There we go. All lined up. Oops. Tried to go a little bit later there, but ended up driving in the grass as I was trying to leave. Saw enough of a gap that I shouldn't have to deal with anything and turn into the keyhole. Life gave Jaws a bit of a push, but he's not going to be close enough to get around on me. Burnout made a good run through the twisty bits there. He's back up to second. fastest lap. Driving too hard through there, but trying to keep him behind, but it's really hard to defend at this track because all of the defensive lines kind of ruin your next line there. It's at my personal best. Oops. Trying to stay out of his way there. He was too conservative. He would have gotten me easily. I would have just let him go, to be honest. Let him go there. Had to park it in the middle of the corner. Cheeky move, but I overdid it. I'm turning in just a hair too early. I'm trying to turn and brake at the same time. And that's not the way to do it. Bernard and I both made a mistake because Sims was talking. So I guess he is done. Is he can make that big run. That was not good. I was trying yeah, I was trying to give that back to him because I kind of took away his line there on the first through the kink. And I was trying to kind of stay out of his way, but then he completely overdid it. I guess because he was in the draft and whatnot as well. And so he ran into the back of me. If he hadn't have waited on track, I would have just pushed him back by, but he waited so long that neither of us had any momentum, and we would have gotten caught up by the time we figured out who was trying to push whom. 'Cause I really started it, but he was already waiting for me, so. Kind of hard to wait for him when he's waiting for you. It's a good way for the third place car to take the lead. I'll just take it. He's probably a little bit faster than me, so I'll make it easy on him when he gets back up to me. Burnout went off. Probably on exit to the keyhole. It's an easy mistake to make. Screwed on fuel here. Does happen to go green with 5 cars, there's always the chance. Make a mistake trying to save fuel this early in the race though. Oh, fuck. Because I had screwed up my run so much there. Slowing me down. I don't think I legitimately have a chance to play any strategy anyway. It's not at this stage. Same boat as I am. Did catch up a little bit of time on him on pit entry, which is nice, I guess. Yeah, so it's 41 laps, so I don't have any chance of making it on one stop from here, so I'm just gonna go straight up. Personal best, just off the fastest lap. Definitely figuring out some lines, and I know what the sort of common mistakes I'm making are, which helps to address those mistakes. Can you identify them? Straight up there. Oops. He was used to the dirty air, I think. Just put him a hair wider than he's anticipating. And that wall just juts right out next to the track. So I got the lead again. Answers with the fastest lap. One of the things I'm noticing about this car versus the old car is the old car you always had to be turning when you hit the brakes so that you could get the slide set up. That's not the case with this car. And so for turns like the keyhole, where you have a heavy braking zone from a big straightaway, you can actually brake before you turn in. And so it's just a subtle change, but it makes it so that you're able to take a different line into the corner. Almost got fastest lap there. Just barely avoided the sand on the exit there. That's a good save. I think burnout's gonna be right on me here in a second because of that, but at least I didn't crash. Yeah. Lost basically a second doing that shit. It was a lap of good saves. Not a lap of good turns, though. He's way faster than me, and I took a kind of dick line there. I was trying to give him space, but in the process, it basically made me take a defensive line. Screwed him up. Kind of reverse situation. Oop, turned in way too early. Can go wide there. Surprised he's being so conservative through there. As far ahead as we are. Doesn't really matter if we wreck each other. Might as well go for it. Shit. Forgot about the whole dirty air thing. Alright, so he's breaking the race up somehow. I'm not entirely sure what he's up to. I think he took fuel only, which is my plan as well. I'm going to run as long as possible on low fuel. I haven't calculated how much fuel I need to the end to be able to do like a even short fill thing, but whatever. Just barely make it back to pit road. Burnout definitely took fuel on me. I did as well. I'm still ahead of Laugh, so even if he's able to do something pit strategy wise, won't matter. So I'm ahead of him and have a pit stop in hand. We got 25 to go. If we go green, it's these tires to the end. It'll be something like a 50% fuel fill needed for the final pit stop. Not entirely sure what the number will be, but actually it's going to be more than that because the pace has dropped so dramatically. I'd actually completely overestimated my fuel mileage. We'll be able to make it in one more stop, so that's all that matters. This is going to be a longer run than I anticipated. I don't know if Burnout's getting caught up on this traffic or if he's just making mistakes on the old tires or what. Track is definitely sketchier on these old tires, but I'm kind of getting a rhythm and slide it around. Okay, so I'll need about there's mistake. I'll move back to the lead. It's going to take about, I'll probably fill up 80% fuel, give or take. Last pit stop. Burn out with another mistake. That gives me a little bit of buffer room. So it gives Jaws and Deluxe a little bit of buffer room. Laugh this pit. Closer to being in front of me than behind me now. It looked like he crashed there, and then he crashed trying to get out of the way. It's gonna cost me a bit of time, but not too bad. It's definitely an easier track to chase someone than it is to run away. You get lots of places where you can see each other, lots of places where it closes up through the turns. So you definitely get plenty of motivation. 19 laps to go. Honestly, I wish I had figured out that my fuel calculations were wrong earlier. Well, I don't know, we're not too much slower. So it probably wouldn't be worth it to have tires. Definitely won't be at this point, but it might have come back by the end of this. Because it's already getting a little sketchy through some of these faster corners, and I imagine it's just going to get worse. Let's roll on these old tires. Spread out as the pack is, we're not going to get any yellows at this rate unless the burnout get caught up on a lap car or something. This is pretty much a race to the end. I have to at least approach it that way. 17 to go. Burnout and I are also going to have the trouble where lap cars are going to be faster than us because I think they all took tires. We're going to have, even if they're not making the pace, they're going to have more theoretical pace than we have. Jaws is pretty much hanging right with us. Haven't made any ground on Laugh. Or Deluxe, really. Everything's pretty stable at the moment. 16 to go. So there's 15 to go, 4 laps to pit, so I have to do an 11 lap run. That's about 80%. That turn's getting tight. This burnout has to pit. if he timed it so that he's gonna get tires this time. And I know he would have had to pit either way here. 14 to go. Definitely got tires, or he made a big mistake. I can make one more lap. And I'll have to pit. Maybe 11 to go. Burnout definitely took tires if he's setting fastest laps. Box is stalled before me. Took fuel only. 11 to go. This will be interesting. Now it'll be on the attack. Oh, he's way too close to me. He's on fresh tires. Laps to go, so you never know. Have to make good laps here. Mistake somewhere. 8 to go. Lost some time. Oh, fuck. That's not good. He made a mistake too, but not as big as I did. place. I got no chance. 6 to go. Just gonna have to defend for my life, but unless he makes an error, I have no chance. To go. That might just do it right there. Gotta defend though. He's just gonna try to get me at the end of this. Do a good old-fashioned Shemek line here. 4 to go. A bit easier to keep up with the draft. Oh, I have no idea how I just pulled that off. Get one spot. So I pushed him wide there. Three to go. Hanging on with the draft. This is where I won't be able to keep up. He's trying to keep more momentum, which is working, but I'm taking the shorter routes through so that I can hang on to his draft. Trying. He's being conservative defending. That's my only hope, really. Closer this time. Get it perfect through here. That wasn't perfect, but I slowed him down a touch. Just gotta put on the pressure. Ah! Can I do a Regan Smith? Nope. Well played. Not bad with no tires to get that close. All I really could do was just try to put the pressure on him. And it worked somewhat. I kept staying just close enough with just enough of the draft that he had to account for me. And at this track, that's enough to slow you down a decent amount if you're trying to defend your line against him, against the person behind you. It really slows you down because it's all about setting up for the next corner. But at the end of the day, 50% difference in tires is just too much. A good battle. Didn't turn out the way I wanted, but it was a good battle. And not too bad considering the tire situation. Yep, and there's your results. Burnout, Door, Laugh, Deluxe, Jaws, Sims. And that'll do it for the Boner Pills 500, whatever we're calling it. Anyway, see y'all next time.